My mother and my sister have very long hair, like right down to the middle of their backs, very long hair. And when I was growing up, my younger sister had more hair than me. Hers was thick like my mom's hair, and it grew very, very fast and very long. Mine, on the other hand, was quite soft and sparse and didn't grow as quickly. And it wasn't thick or anything. And every time we went out, people would say, "Oh, your little sister has more hair than you." So to solve that problem, what I did when I was about 12 years old was after classes, after school you went to classes. So after the classes, instead of going home, I went over to a barber shop, a little dingy little place in Banjul in the city of the Gambia. And I asked him to cut my hair. He looked at me strangely, but he did. And I left there looking like a boy. I remember I was so ashamed of my hair, of the way I looked, that I walked home with my school bag over my head. And I went into my house and I was thinking my mom's gonna just be absolutely mad at me. But she wasn't. She just kind of looked at me and just didn't say a word. When I cut my hair, in having known no other world but the Gambia, which is part of Africa, so my only identity and my only sense of being who I was, and my points of understanding and interaction and being an identity were black people around me. I didn't cut my hair because I wanted to be African or I wanted to be black or was making a black statement. I cut my hair based on how I felt people were identifying me as a person. When I came to university, this is in 92, 93 to 95, I cut my hair several times. The first time I cut my hair, I just went and shaved the whole thing off, so I was bald. I remember going to classes really unsure of the way I looked and tying my head up, and after a while I gave that up. And I felt really cool actually with my bald head traveling on the train. You know, people were just staring at me, and it was fun. And ever since then I've always cut my hair, to my mom's absolute annoyance, or you know, she'd rather I didn't. Even if my hair grew long, you can be sure that somewhere along the line that hair is going to get cut, because it's how I feel comfortable wearing my hair. I've had my hair dyed blonde, red, orange, and I wear braids, and I wear weaves, and I wear wigs. This Christmas I've gone for wigs, long wigs, some of them, and it's fun. And the reason I did it wasn't because I wanted to associate with a Caucasian woman, or I love myself. I'm not looking to be anybody else. But I had the wigs on because it was a new year and I wanted to feel grown up, because I'm 47, but you never know. So I wanted to feel like, you know, it's a new year, I'm a big woman now, I'm growing even older, and it's how I wanted to express myself. I know it's not going to last, because once I get busy and I start running around and getting things done, the last thing I want is hair on my neck, or just the disturbance or the hassle of taking the time to do my hair. So I know I'll end up with a short haircut very, very soon. When I have a short haircut, it's not because I'm black either. It's not, oh, I want to be identified with the black race. I am black. I am African. I do it because it suits who I am in terms of always on the run, and it suits my youthfulness as a person. So for me, the black hair debate going on about if you have natural hair, then you identify with your roots, and if you don't, then you're not African or you don't identify with your roots. I think it's simplistic, and it has to be take into account the complexities of us as women and as human beings. How do you express your hair has to be an expression of yourself, and no one can define that for you but you, not a single person. I don't care what the majority says, I don't care what the news says, I don't care what the film says. And I love Napoli Ever After actually, and I almost went back and cut my hair after watching that film. But what I'm saying is your voice and your identity cannot be defined by people outside of you. How you want to wear your hair has to be an expression of who you are. If having your hair natural is you, is how you wish to identify yourself, is how you wish to express yourself, it's what makes you feel you, then that's what you need to do. If having a wig on is how you wish to express yourself, is how you wish to look that day or that week or that month, then that's you. If having it bald is you, then do that. If having it permed is you, then do that. Whatever it is that expresses you is how you wear your hair, is how you wear your clothes, it's how you speak, it's how you act. That's you, and it can't be defined. And this is my issue. You can't say every black woman must have natural hair in order to be considered as African or black conscious. There are so many black women who have natural hair but will not go anywhere near the African continent. Don't want to know anything about Africa, don't want to identify with Africa. So it's more complicated than that, and I think it's wrong for the world, for the media, for black people, especially black women, to subjugate and belittle other women who wear wigs and weaves in the name of being black conscious. It's a lie. If you're black conscious, then your job is to lift up other women, to lift up other black women, not to bring them down. And so once again, I'm saying, you wear your hair the way you want to wear your hair. If it's natural, if it's permed, if it's wigged, if it's weaved, if it's bald, if that is you, you wear it and you wear it with pride, and nobody has a right to dictate to you, to laugh at you, to embarrass you based on your hair, because you're far more than that. It's just an expression of yourself. And that's what I've got to say about the black hair debate. Rest it and let's do something else.